I think Arsenal wouldn't win the league. Right. Look, I'm ready to wager.
Things are happening now.
Wager with anybody. I think it's fair to say that
guys,
when you watch them,
I cried on Saturday.
For what?
I kid you not.
For what?
Where is Nelson scored last week?
Where is Nelson went in?
I broke down. No, I don't. I broke down.
You get locked, so you know
I have never felt that like that before watching a football match.
For this football you don't watch.
For this football you don't watch.
2004 is not a long time.
See,
that's the last.
So there's a guy, Chris Whitley,
2004,
who reports Arsenal. Chris Whitley said, "I've been reporting Arsenal for 20-something years. We won the league at the Highbury, but what I saw in that stadium that day, I have never seen that atmosphere.
Recency bias.
No, it's not. I've seen Arsenal. We're talking about Henry that year. We used to be so proud Henry Igwe. Who are you? Come out, Henry. We'll beat you anyhow.
Igwe. You get Henry, proud.
Proud. So we had a bit of arrogance. But for what we've done for the past 2 years, last season was a disappointing one. No one thought Arsenal was going to qualify for the Champions League this season. We went into the season, everyone thought, but that goal went in. I just broke down. Like, I don't know.
Oh, you get mine, no?
No,
you cried.
Broke down. No, my wife was laughing.
Don't be the breakdown. Now they bust my head. That's say you break down finish for house. How many days ago? You still get mine talk about.
Like I watch that goal.
No, it was incredible.
Honestly, there are things I expect. Right. I was watching with my friend.
You expect the goal?
No. Hold on a second. Let me finish now. Right. I was watching with Dotun. Right. We're in house. You're there now. So watching the game and I see 2-0. I'm like, it's too early. It's too early. Arsenal play the best football in the league, right? They come at you and they find ways to open you up. Thought it was too early. So they scored 2-1, make it 2-2. And I'm like, nah, these guys are done, right? But I thought at the last stroke of the game, Arsenal don't have that kind of tenacity, right? And this is coming from a guy that said even at 2-0 they'll still go ahead and win the game. But I thought they left it too late. When that goal entered, I was like, Arsenal now elite. I was like, these guys are now elite. Because what you're seeing, honestly, is what Ferguson used to do with his teams. Like, so of course, people don't like to give Arsenal, people like to put Arsenal in a box. But what Arsenal did there was what your Chicharitos them did many years ago. And United did it so many times.
You know what I remember when that goal went in? Kiko Makeda against Aston Villa.
The bench.
Yeah.
Because Kiko Makeda was 17-year-old Italian, young boy. You look at Reece Nelson has come through the ranks at Arsenal, hasn't really had an opportunity. Some of his mates, the guys he came through with, Saka, Smith-Rowe, Nketiah, they've gone far ahead of him. They are more influential in the team. He's a guy who has gone on loans, went to Leipzig, went to Feyenoord last season. Hasn't quite happened for him. When that goal went in, it felt like everything that boy has worked for in his life just happened in front of him.
I honestly, Arteta, you have to give flowers where flowers are due. The work, that's why belief starts from yourself. I think the belief that guy has in himself and what he's doing is, if Jose or Pep, showed that kind of tenacity, that's the word he's shown this season. I think he's just been like, you know what, you guys can't tell me that we're not doing a good job.
Yeah, you
guys can't tell me that we're making the wrong choices.
I'd like anybody to get in the room with Arteta for 20 minutes. If you don't believe what he says after 20 minutes, he must be a very, very tough guy.
I think it's very close. I think it's pushing on something very not special because a lot of people have done it. But yeah, I think Arsenal are in very good hands.
I think with Arsenal, I would say, like I've been saying since November, I think they're definitely playing better football and they're definitely better than City right now.
Yeah.
The difference is City have Haaland and KDB, but I think Arsenal are younger, they're hungrier, they're quicker, and they have a settled team. City we don't know every week is Grealish, is Foden, so they just feel like honestly, naturally that they're not as motivated as Arsenal are.
Of course.
But just to play devil's advocate a bit, Arsenal, yes, they're coming back, but they're still for me I see them slowing down slightly, especially defensively. I see like they're conceding so many goals at
And
home.
slowing down too early.
Too early.
That's true.
Because
That's
you should
true.
not be conceding 2 goals to Bournemouth at home and a first goal after
Could have been more.
after 9
It's a-
seconds.
it's a
That's it.
brilliant point.
I do think that
That goal should have been chopped up, by the way.
Which one?
I
The
do-
first goal, the
I-
normal goal.
You should not have
I
been.
Should have
do
been
think-
chopped
I
up.
do think
Come
that
on, they
that's-
had 3 players in the Arsenal
I
half.
think-
Graham
I
Poll
think-
said that the former
Oh,
referee.
when you want to pass.
Yeah, when they passed, they had
But they had guys in the box.
They had 3 Bournemouth players in the Arsenal half when they passed. Graham Poll said that how VAR has seen that and not called that back. It's diabolical.
So so I do think they just need to be a bit more alert because they're still.
But it was
how
a
many
great
goals-
goal.
How many games left?
I
12,
like
13?
that goal.
Yeah, I think
12,
about-
13. I think they played 26
about.
games. So just something to be aware of because they're coming back.
Yeah.
And now they have Fulham away. It's not going to be an easy one.
Yeah.
And
Both
Man City
teams
are
to
waiting
score.
for that slip. So just something to when I see like obviously Saliba and Gabriel, they've been fairly good. This second half of the season, the first half of the season, they were very, very good.
Right.
But now I see some sloppiness.
Yeah.
But Jesus, I think, is going to be key because he's going to give them
Jesus
that.
coming back is perfect.
Going to give them that extra
New signing.
that lease of life. Because Nketiah has started
He's doing
slowing
that
down as
new
well.
signing.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, so it's a brilliant point. I always say that, just to buttress, that when you're your ascendancy, you cannot make mistakes in your ascendancy.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And we cannot find weaknesses. I mean, when Liverpool were in their pump, I genuinely looked at Liverpool and thought, these guys are unplayable. How do you beat them?
Yeah.
Do you get? When City were doing City, I honestly thought that, like, it was like there was no chink in the armor. They would keep the ball better than you.
Yeah.
They were going to score when they
Everything,
wanted.
yeah.
They could do what they wanted.
Yeah.
I don't watch Arsenal and think they could do what they want. Certainly in some first half of the season, maybe early 15 games, I thought they were doing some incredible stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing some mistakes and I'm thinking, you can't start coming down the hill too early.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm thinking 26 games, how many more games to go?
12.
12 games to go.
There's a stats. The last 5 seasons.
Right.
At this stage of the season, City have had 63 points.
Yeah,
in
maximum,
once.
yeah, maximum
63 points in only one of the last 5 seasons. Arsenal have 63.
Yeah.
And that is a testament to an incredible season they've
Yeah,
had.
they're doing an
sure.
amazing season.
It's an incredible season.
Is that down to the drop off on everybody? Liverpool dropped off.
Yeah.
City have dropped off.
No, you can't say so.
Chelsea have dropped
I mean,
off.
of course.
I think that shows though that Arsenal like their own individual performance even forgets because it's not like they haven't beaten Arsenal. Beat Liverpool at home. You haven't beaten Man City, so it's not like they are beating all the big boys. They're beating United.
Yeah, it's not like
I think they're Arsenal have been very, very consistent and they're still winning games. My own thing is just forecasting like. If you keep on slipping on making these mistakes, because you still have to go to Etihad, they still have to go to St James's, they're still playing Chelsea, so there's still some tricky games.
very
there.
tricky games,
But
yeah.
Arsenal definitely are in the driving seats, but it's just I see a drop off, and I don't know if it's there's that mental fatigue starting to show slightly, and their quality is still taking them through. But if they slip up and let's say they are 2 points ahead, then the pressure becomes more.
Yeah,
it becomes more. I think that's when your title pedigree is really tested.
Yeah.
And City go to Crystal
Arsenal-
Palace.
So Arsenal play Fulham.
Fulham away next.
Fulham away.
Yeah.
Palace at
Put the
home.
call to
Leeds
Vieira.
at home.
Yeah,
Put the call to Will Zaha, a lifelong Arsenal fan. Do the Lord's work this weekend.
Speaking of Vieira, struggling a lot.
Put the call to Zaha. Very important.
Again, Arteta, even as this title race is going on, I see Arsenal fans. It's obviously been 2004 since you won the league, and understandably so. You guys are like there's tension. Like even after the game, I can see, and you can see it on Arteta as well. And those last like 5 games, United were 5 points ahead of Man City with like 3 games to go or something like that. 6 points. And we lost it. So Arteta also has to calm down because I see players getting overzealous on the pitch because the manager is completely always
and
complaining.
you know what can happen. And you know what can happen when you're like that.
Yeah.
You can actually lose your mind with, for example, Liverpool as well. The
We're
year
going to
Gerrard
Anfield still now.
slipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, going to Anfield still.
No, we're going to Anfield. Anfield is the only place where I've told all Arsenal fans, forget it. Nothing is, you are not getting anything from there.
The year Gerrard slipped.
Anfield is a place
Remember,
right now.
Liverpool went to Crystal Palace, or Crystal Palace came to Anfield. A game that they should win, and then they drew 3.
It was Crystal Palace.
It was Crystal Palace. They drew 3-3.
Yeah.
So if
This
this
weekend-
tension there your body, you can lose it.
I thought it was going to get very tricky, right? So they'll play Fulham, they'll play Palace at home, they'll play Leeds at home, they'll play Liverpool away. This is where it gets very tricky. Play Liverpool away, play West Ham away.
Wow.
Right? Then play Southampton at home, should win. Then they play City away. Check what? They play Arsenal at home.
And
then
Chelsea.
They play Chelsea at
Chelsea at home. Then they play
Newcastle
Newcastle away.
away.
So that block,
Wow.
that block on his
Jesus.
phone.
Europa might be inside.
Jesus,
Europa-
thank you.
Europa is
inside
there.
there.
Jesus, thank you for coming back at
So-
the right time.
so-
New
so
signing.
it could be-
If you
But-
want win league, you
yeah.
go work for
Yeah.
her.
Baba, this league.
I just wanted to
somebody
ask.
tweeted every Premier League win should be celebrated with a party. You had to
Honestly,
win one match
it's
for
not
this
easy.
league.
It's not
Honestly,
easy.
yeah. Which is why when you now look at what City and Liverpool, did, it's incredible.
Yeah.
So look, what would the achievement rank, for Arteta? So obviously he's been given the time to do this. So
he won't have got that time anywhere else.
Yeah.
To be an Arsenal manager and finish 8th twice and still be given time. Fair enough. He deserves this now, but I don't think he would have got that time anywhere else. So where would he rank in terms of what do you mean? Like
in terms of significance of
Like,
if they win the title, obviously Liverpool's title after 30 years was really significant.
I think it would be like it would be almost on par with Liverpool, just that obviously Arsenal are maybe not as globally big or traditionally big in England as Liverpool. But your first title is 2004, and nobody expected it. This was even Liverpool when they won the league, they were at least neck to neck with City. Yeah. They were like an elite team. They had won the Champions League the year before. They won the Champions League.
It was the season.
before.
They finished points behind,
and they won the Champions League the year before.
So that was expected
so
of them.
it was like they won it, but like Arsenal to win it now with like likes of Saka, Martinelli, these kids,
21-year-olds.
I think it would be one of the best. Like it would be just below Leicester.
Just below Leicester.
Just below Leicester.
I was even going to put it in an Arsenal context. Probably just be below the Invincibles because, like you said, I think that because those kids, the teams
below
that
the
have won,
Invincibles.
Like what you might below? Yeah.
No. What I mean below,
I don't think it's below.
What you might below?
Because the Invincible team this season or in the past 5 seasons, I don't think City can match them.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
The Invincible team.
below
I don't
in
think
terms
City
of-
matches that
I'm
team.
talking about Arsenal context. I'm not talking about in context of the whole
I
league.
think it's
I'm
if they
saying
win the league this season
Yeah.
with these kids, this is higher than what the Invincible
Because
team.
those guys.
I don't think so.
Also,
Come on.
it is.
Do you mean like the record itself, or like the fact that Arsenal
forget
won
the
that
record.
year? Like, but Arsenal winning that year, it was not like it was just a
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I'm talking about the
two-team
record
league.
now. I'm talking about. Of course, that's why I said
the
Invincibles.
record.
Now you
Yeah.
went and won the league without
No, but to
without
win
losing
the
a
league
game.
this year,
That
to
is incredible, and you have to understand that you won it without losing a game at the time where you had the United that you had.
But did you have the players? Did you have the players to do it though?
I think no one.
You had the players to do it, right? But then you won it at a time where you had the United that you had. You had, incredible teams around you.
To win a league.
Mind you, this Arsenal winning it with these kids, like we've mentioned earlier, is also maybe a little bit helped by the fact that these other top teams,
No, but
dropped
if
off
you win
a
a
whole
league,
lot.
if you win a league ahead of a Man City who have got Haaland, who I think he's going to score 35 Premier League goals. That is an incredible achievement. It is higher than anything.
You want to try.
It is
Calm
incredible.
down. You want to try and change the goalposts, but won't let it happen.
No, he's not changing the goalposts.
The reason is this. We just mentioned now that these teams, in fact, the fact that City had Haaland, they've dropped off compared to how good they were
But
in the last
I
two
think
seasons.
the point we made with that,
I'm talking about
like
the
the fact
team.
that Arsenal are getting the amount of points that City got. So even if City were on that pace, they will still be neck and neck with Arsenal.
Right.
So like City have not. City
yeah.
still have the same amount of points at their highest as what Arsenal have right now. So I think more of the credit should go to Arsenal for that.
Right.
No. I don't think you guys are getting me though.
So
Here's what I'm saying. We've just mentioned that these other teams have also dropped off in a bit this season, and that, whether we like it or not, has helped Arsenal. In a way. We're looking at United, we're looking at Chelsea, we're looking at Liverpool. They're having seasons that no one thought they would have before now. In terms of how bad they've been, some of them are just picking up. At the time the Invincibles won, I think at that time, a couple seasons before that Invincibles, it was neck and neck Arsenal Man U.
It's always been that.
Do you understand? And the United team at the time, and bear in mind, there was a Liverpool that was also very good. Maybe not winning the league, not winning the league, but they were not bad in Europe, but they were not good in the league, right? But as far as the big games or playing games and winning games, they were.
I think the best way to judge it is
solid
the
team.
best way to judge it is what were they predicted to finish. So at the start of the season, so people have dropped off. Like I don't like to compare it that way because it's like, okay, Arsenal didn't drop off. Arsenal are over exceeding expectations. So I like why should their title be somewhat undervalued? Well, I'm not saying that's what you're trying to do, but why should there be a small asterisk on it? Because okay, City are not as imperious as they normally are. They should have been. Like they have all the players. They have even more players.
Of course.
So I think and when you see this the pace Arsenal are going on, like we said, even City and Liverpool at their peak were on this pace. So Arsenal are there regardless, whether City or you know what I mean?
Whatever.
So I think when you just see the players that they have, and when the average age, you have how old is Saliba? 21, 22. A centre back that is that age. Ramsdale has not really done much in his career. You're playing Ben White at right back. I think there's obviously Leicester and Blackburn. Okay, maybe when they won in '96, but I think this is one of the.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
Right.
I'm 31. I'm 31 in a week.
Right. No, we didn't need to answer about just checking.
Oh, you answer. I said you want. I think you want to answer.
One fan of the talk Blackburn.
Yeah, Blackburn.
Guys, students of the game.
You don't know the Jack Walker story.
No. I mean,
Jack Walker story.
Look, I know Blackburn, but I'm not.
Jack Walker, yeah.
I'm not going to reference him.
Speaking like an old man.
Yeah, I'm not going to reference him.
He was an Englishman who spent a lot of money at Blackburn. They had really good players. Tim Sherwood was there.
Shearer's only title.
Alan Shearer.
That was Shearer's only title.
Yeah.
He didn't win it with Newcastle.
He didn't win it.
That's how you know that Hurricane is in trouble. That's how you know Hurricane.
I saw Hurricane walk off the pitch. I saw Hurricane walk off the pitch yesterday, and I was trying to understand what is on his mind.
So let's do that story because I think Richarlison was critical of Conte.
Yeah.
I think
Rightly
that Conte
doesn't want to play for the club.
Conte can be kept on a leash. But the one thing he's not going to back down from is, a player confrontation. Player confronting.
Yeah,
his,
no.
So I think that whilst there has been a keg of gunpowder just, at the side there, I think somebody has just lit the thing. So Conte is like, okay. So by the way, I respect the contract, but I think that turned out fine for the season. I think he's lit it up as well. Yeah. The next press conference will be incredible because he's not the guy that's going to back. He's going to come out fighting. Jigger.
He didn't criticize me. He said, my season is a shit. And it's right. Because his season is not good. Because he had a lot of injuries. He started well with us. He had an injuries in Champions League. Then he went in a World Cup. And they missed to win the World Cup. And he had another injuries, serious. He came back and he stayed 1 month out, and then another injuries. He scored 0 goals with us, only 2 goals in Champions League. I think that the guys was really honest to tell that his season is not good.
Well, Richarlison, he has Chris. He has Chris too. But I obviously is wrong. But you can't believe Son has been diabolically bad this season. It's so bad. It's actually I can't believe he was so good for so long. But this season maybe he has, I don't know if he has up to 5 goals. I think the league has 3 goals. He's 90 minutes week in, week out, doing absolutely nothing.
What is that down to?
Problem is Richarlison is not scoring as well.
No, but the issue is when he wants a chance in the team. You see when he did at the World Cup, he doesn't start. He comes on, they give him 15 minutes. So he's not scoring because he's not playing. So I'm not saying he's better than Son, but I understand if you sign me for 50, 60 million, at least give me a chance
to play.
If understandably, I know I'm going to be a backup to start with because Son, Kane, Kulusevski is established, but Son has done nothing all year. Give me a run. Let me see. Let's see what I can do. So I understand the frustration, but you can't obviously come out that way in that manner.
So if you're United, do you buy Harry Kane?
Of course. Without thinking.
No, because
without thinking.
What are the options?
It's something I've seen.
What are the options? Is my question.
It's something I've seen.
I said it one time that Harry Kane might not be perfect for United.
I've seen it peddled around. And there is the anecdote with Van Persie. It is so tempting to put them in the same, struggler underachievers, right age.
Underachievers,
right? Right age, bring him in.
I'm not buying Harry Kane if I was United. I'm not buying Harry Kane to be my number 9.
Is to come and
do what?
To do that is
I'm not asking him to. I'll tell Rashford, you're playing 9. I'll put Harry Kane in the number 10 position.
So that's my problem. So what do you do with people like Eriksen?
No,
what do you do with them?
Not 10.
So not like a false 9.
Just put Harry Kane in a position where he needs to be in possession of the ball.
I think my biggest
with Rashford's running power and movement, Harry Kane will find him.
I think my biggest issue.
I think
it
might be heresy, but in terms of passing ability,
I
think Harry Kane is as good as as Kevin De Bruyne.
I reckon as good as Kevin De Bruyne.
I agree.
Passing.
You see, my problem is this.
I agree with that.
But the reason I said Harry Kane might not be perfect for United is and Ten Hag so far.
No, take that back. It's not as good.
I think.
No, but hold on. Do you think? No, hold on. Do you think anybody?
My heart is shaking. Don't move it from
That clip is going around.
Silly. These guys are just silly. Don't mind them.
No, hold on. As you talk about my heart shake.
No, hold on.
How much Ronaldo gets?
You know how much?
You get it, Dangote.
Ask him. You get money per
I
Dangote.
don't want to argue what we say.
As you talk, now my heart shake. We don't talk about what they do. Please, this one wait talk because I don't sure. No poster.
Hold on. Hold on.
Don't let pass. I don't ask you.
Hold on, guys. Is there anybody who hits the ball better than Harry Kane?
No, but you know,
In what sense?
In what football?
Passing is not just.
No, just not.
When you say hit the ball,
When you say hit the ball.
When you say hit the ball, what are they trying to hit? Before we answer that question, what are they trying to hit?
When you don't leave simple passing for the hit out.
What are they trying to hit?
What was he hitting?
Are they trying to hit the goal or they are trying to hit a pass?
No,
which one?
But I think on a serious note, I think Harry Kane is
passing
as
is
good.
not just what Kane can do. He can hit the through balls, but variety.
Yeah, exactly.
Variety.
Passing.
KDB in between the lines, whipping.
Some
set pieces
defense splitting
is different.
See, let me
I
just
said
see.
what I said,
My
sir.
biggest, bros. My biggest issue.
Please clip that. Let them roast
issue-
him in the comments.
My biggest issue with that Kane thing to Man U is that, like you said, this team, I don't know, maybe Kane comes in and Ten Hag changes something and finds a way to bring, because so far over the years, we've seen that the best time, Kane at his best is when you allow him do those things that he does. He can even catch the goalkeeper unawares from anywhere outside the box. So if you bring Kane into this Man U now, so I'm wondering, how do you then balance Kane, Eriksen, and Bruno playing together?
So
what is the dynamics of the runs that they make?
So this is the thing about Kane, right? And I've thought about it. Just we're going to do this conversation quickly. Is that at Tottenham, United currently have moved the defense line at least 5 yards high up the pitch, right? Courtesy of Martinez and Varane, right? You know, so what you're seeing at Tottenham is that he's having. So it looks very obvious what he's doing, that he's clearly having to drop back. But it might not be as obvious. You might not call it dropping back because you are clearly, a bit high up the pitch. So he could be in the arc center circle more often than not at Tottenham. But at United, hold on a sec. But at United, if you move that 5 yards high up the pitch, he's playing in a second striker with Rooney Tevez type thing, which is perfect for Rashford.
Doesn't need to drop too deep.
Doesn't need to drop too deep. And that niftiness with a guy like Sancho, that niftiness, who I think should also get out of the club.
And I feel like, another thing is, now that you mentioned this, it definitely would then mean that Kane will be the one that needs to do a bit of adaptation. Because if you have played this number of years, being the understanding your game as I come in, I get the ball, I spread it around. Now you have gone to a team where you are very close to the 18-yard for most of the game. You are not dropping too deep. You can still make those your runs outside of the game, but it's not as deep as it used to be. It might be Kane that will need to do a little bit of adaptation, which would then mean, how old is he when you are getting him? Can that be a problem?
Kane's 29, right?
29, yeah.
Does he improve United?
Of course he does.
I think you bring it all like Kane, he improves the team.
He improves the team now.
Because that's what will be in my head. If I'm bringing a player.
So who are the options? Is Osimhen available?
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like United right now, you need an absolute monster in that 18-yard
I think we need speed. I think because what we're seeing this year with Weghorst, that would be similar to what the role Kane would do.
Yeah,
where
just an upgrade on quality.
Of course, by far.
10 times.
A million times.
Yeah.
But like he holds Veggie that's tapping
pressing machine.
Anfield. But yeah, so it'll be that kind of role where he's linking up the play, spraying the ball. Obviously, when he gets the chances, he'll score. But it will be to unleash Rashford even more with Kane. But I think my own issue with Kane is he's slowing down. He doesn't need pace because he has so much ability on the ball. But the man is slowing down. And
he is.
What are the options? Again, if he's the only option right now, then of course you have to do it. But is Gonzalo Ramos, all those guys, they are young, there's potential.
I won't touch those players with a 10-foot pole.
And with the way United are playing now,
it's risky. But Kane is the most. Even Osimhen himself will not be as short a banker to me because I feel he will have to adapt a lot. His all-round game, I know he's good, but it can still be improved. Kane is apart from maybe Benzema or Lewandowski, like all round he's there.
Yeah.
He's there.
Yeah.
But how long are we going to get him and for how good?
Yeah.
Because he also had these muscle niggles and things like
As you are getting older.
That's
All
why
these
he
things-
mentioned RVP.
all these things like that. Abi,
You
so
know-
RVP gave us 1 year.
Give us the
But the
title.
problem is
And
so
I
much
think it's worth
to
it.
give you 1 year,
Exactly.
2
You're going to get it
No,
4 years.
you
You're going to get at least a
yeah.
4 year deal.
No, honestly, if he comes in and gives you a title, that's fine. You can get him off the court. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, but-
See, people don't realize how hard it is to win a title. So if I sign a player for £100 million and the goal is to score and win the title, if he does that, I'm good.
The thing is,
Like-
if you bring in that kind of player into United today, I don't think the goal will be, I just want to win the title. I think they are bringing him in.
What do you think he's coming here
Calm
to
down
do?
now. Calm down. No, it won't come. It
Even
won't
Carling Cup came with
it
it
won't
right now.
come
to be
fam.
honest.
Wait, see. I'm saying, obviously, you bring him in, you want to win. I'm saying the goal won't be the same as that RVP thing. That RVP thing, it almost even felt like Fergie knew that, no worry, even myself, I don't so come up, but I won't win this league first. Just give me this guy, make I win, and then anything will happen after that. So if you bring in a guy for 100 million now, yeah, you want to win the league, but you also want it to be a guy that that can be there, can give you 20 plus goals for 3-4 seasons. That's also what you want to do. So it feels like Vlahovic is like the best bet in terms
Younger
of
option.
younger option.
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago we spoke about Haaland and Seaman and stuff like that. And people thought it was heresy. Who's the best striker in the world?
IBK don't go the tweet nonsense.
but-
I didn't talk another thing for you.
I think. What's your take on that?
So Haaland as well has a lot of work to do. I think they both have a lot of work to do. So if you tell me, if you ask me who's the best striker, I'm still going to say Benzema and Lewandowski to me right now.
Right.
But Haaland, he's obviously elite at what he does, but the man cannot. Sometimes he looks like he can barely trap a ball, but he's amazing at what he does. So he's young. He's 22. So it's not a knock on him. Guys like Lewandowski, Benzema, they also improve their games. And Kane, you become more well-rounded as a striker when you're older. When you have the physical attributes Haaland has, you can get your goals. The instinct he has, you can get your goals. So as he gets older, he will improve. It's not a knock on him. Osimhen as well, I feel the same way. I worry slightly that if he comes to Premier League, he might look a bit like Lukaku at the start.
Osimhen?
Just wait, hold on. Not because he can't control the ball, but Premier League, if he was like Sancho, for instance, anytime he gets the ball, if you notice something that defenders do against Sancho, he doesn't get the chance to turn. They don't
give you that chance. Yes.
Like before you get the ball, you can't turn, so you always pass back. And my own thing about Osimhen is when in the Premier League, I worry that he might look a bit rawer than he is. You might think right now he looks fairly well-rounded. But sometimes when you see Mudryk as well, like even just the glimpses. When you see his highlights at Shakhtar, like he looks so technically gifted, and all these guys are. If you're playing,
Same with Anthony as well.
Exactly. If you're playing in Premier League, you're technically gifted. Even Lukaku is technically gifted to some extent. But when there's
less
speed,
space, everything, less time,
you look like you now start looking like, maybe I'm not quite there.
Yeah. So I have to respect people like Hazard.
And so if someone like you sign Osimhen that he has so many years left on his deal, you're paying 120, the pressure is at another level.
Yeah.
So it's just something for us fans to be wary of.
I think if you want to do the Seaman deal, do it. Make sure that you wrap it up before it comes out in the media. So do it like the Haaland deal. Don't let it drag on. So you allow him.
But Napoli, those guys,
without
De
noise.
Laurentiis is the biggest problem here.
He saw Koulibaly until Koulibaly was Koulibaly.
There is no way you do a deal with De Laurentiis, especially with this Osimhen, that he doesn't get Messi.
Yeah.
There is no way that he doesn't become the biggest news in the media. The man is a movie producer.
I think
there is no way.
I think you saw the interview he did. He won an award.
Yeah, he said,
I want to go to the Premier League and things like that.
He's sounding them out.
How long does he have left? Do we know how long he has left in his contract?
Gary Cotterill of Sky.
I think maybe 4
years left. It's going to be hard to get
picture
him.
of him wearing a Chelsea jersey. So you think he's a Chelsea fan? Yeah.
I advise him. Bucci, call Osimhen, right? Shouts to Bucci, by the way.
That's the last place he should go to. Chelsea.
Personally, I don't want
Chelsea
to go to Chelsea.
Chelsea don't.
The reason is
it's very slow. The football is very slow.
Even aside that, I don't know what Potter. I don't know what. I don't know what Potter wants to do with his striker, but with what he's doing with Havertz now, for me, it's not promising. If I'm a striker and I'm Osimhen and I'm doing well where I am, I'm looking at that Chelsea team now. I don't see any reason why I want to go there.
I think United will be a nice fit. If they can get the deal done early. But anyway, that's on the side. So, Champions League, Chelsea are through next round. Obviously, Bayern Munich are through.
PSG.
So,
what is going on with
AC Milan?
AC Milan are through as well.
Yeah.
Inter Milan potentially following Napoli. 3 Italian teams in the quarterfinals potentially.
This is what I think, right? I think Napoli are in. So you say Champions League is a different level.
Yeah.
So you need to just like you said, and I thought it was great analysis with the you get more found out a little bit more in Champions League. The mentality. I think the mentality is the biggest in Champions League. You can having a great time playing great football, but you just get to that semi-final. And you realize that, that's why they call this guy Modric.
Liverpool at Anfield, and Madrid at Anfield. That money,
now why you beat Toni Kroos?
Now why you beat Toni Kroos?
You see how
I get it now.
You see how Mani went to down at Anfield. When Madrid went to down at Anfield, calm. Ancelotti, you calm. That is eyebrow.
Nothing.
Calm.
Nothing.
It's different.
They just play.
It's different.
I think messes with you too.
It's different.
So if you go to like back in the day, go to viewing centers, rather game centers, and like you're a kid and you know that this guy is like one of the biggest guys here, best guys here, and you go and beat him, like you're leading him 2-0, and you see it's just playing. That thing that thing goes to your mind like,
what
this guy don't
why they call you Olile be that? Now you be Olile, I mean.
What is happening? So so I find that yes, Napoli on form is great, but current form doesn't win you Champions League.
I think it's a brilliant. I think it's a brilliant point, right? Because if you saw the game Napoli lost against Lazio,
masterclass.
It's just one game.
Mauricio
but Lazio
Sarri
did a job on them.
Yeah, brilliant game.
Napoli didn't get a sniff. They were the closest they were was the Osimhen header. And how that didn't go in? That Osimhen boy is a monster.
Yeah, that came off the crossbar.
That Osimhen boy is a monster.
I'm not messing around when I say when I say he's a better striker.
That boy is a monster.
I'm not messing around.
I think he's more complete.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I think Haaland is an
but Haaland is going to score more goals though.
Yeah,
so that depends on what you're talking about.
Because he plays for Man City.
No, I don't think it's just that. Haaland has been scoring every level.
Haaland score more goals. I think physically Haaland is a cheat of nature.
Yeah, he's a freak of nature.
Yeah, physically you can't win against him. Like how do you win 1v1s against a player like that? It's like LeBron. In the NBA.
He might not be as skilled as some
players,
but like
physically
he's a beast.
Or Giannis, for example. What do you want to do? So
he's a machine.